Hello everyone. Today I am here to discuss knee replacement. Earlier I have discussed the different types of knee replacements. Today I am going to discuss various steps to be followed during knee replacement surgeries. I am Dr. Kirti Mathur, MPT Musculoskeletal Assistant Professor, Department of Physiotherapy, Dolphin PG Institute of Biomedical and Natural Sciences. So let's begin the lecture today. So, what are the various steps which are followed during a knee replacement surgery? So, the first and the foremost step is definitely the incision, which we are not going to do any incision, it's the work of a surgeon. So, the surgeon makes an incision across the front of your knee to gain access to the patella, more commonly referred to as the kneecap. So, first incision is given, and in this they are giving an incision in the front of the kneecap. And in a traditional knee replacement, the incision is usually about 8 to 10 inches long, and minimally invasive knee surgery, the incision is usually about 4 to 6 inches long. And recovery definitely depends a lot on the incision's length and the site of incision. So see, this is the site of incision. Incision is given on the front of the knee to get access to the patella. Next step is rotating the patella. So once your knee is open, surgeon rotates the patella outside the knee area. This allows the surgeon to view the area needed to perform the surgical procedures. See, the patella is rotated out of the way. So here this is our patella, and they have rotated it so that they can easily see the site of degeneration and what is the exact condition of the joint. Then third step is preparing the femur or the thigh bone or the proximal part. So the first bone your surgeon will resurface is your femur, which is our thigh bone. And once the surgeon has opened up and exposed your knee joint, he or she will carefully measure your bones and make precise cuts using special instruments. So they will measure the bones, and then they, according to their measurement, they will put the proper cuts, precise cuts, using various instruments which are used for cutting the bones during the surgery. So the damaged bone and cartilage from the end of the femur is cut away. The end of your femur is cut and resurfaced to fit the first part of the artificial knee, the femoral component. So for putting a new thing, you have to replace the damaged or the old part. So this is the cut line. They have cleared the degenerated part, and this is this, you can see, this is the damaged bone to be removed. This is removed, and this part is cleared for fitting of the proximal part of the knee replacement. The next step is implanting the femoral component. So now, after resurfacing the femoral part, the surgeon attaches the metal femoral component to the end of your femur and uses bone cement to seal it into the place. So our femoral component is fixed. Next step is preparing the tibia or our shin bone. So the next bone your surgeon resurfaces is your tibia or shin bone. Surgeon again removes damaged bone and cartilage from top of the tibia, and then shapes the bone to fit the metal and plastic tibial components. So again, what they are doing, this is the cut line, they are clearing the damaged bone. This is all damaged area, so they will clear this for fitting the new implant. Then next step is implanting the tibial component. So the bottom portion of the implant, which is called the tibial tray, this is fitted to the tibia and secured into place using a bone cement. Once the tray is in place, surgeon will snap in a polyethylene insert to sit between the tibial tray and the femoral component, which acts as a kind of buffer. And this insert will provide support for your body as you bend and flex your knee. So this will work as a shock absorber, as this function was done by our meniscus. So this is the tibial tray, and this is the polyethylene insert, and this is our tibial component. So if femoral component is not shown here, you can see the tibial component here. Then after that, there will be readjustment of the patella because it was rotated out to see the exact site of the joint. So before returning the patella to its normal position, Surgeon might need to flatten the patella and fit it with an additional plastic component in order to ensure a proper fit with the rest of your implant. And the plastic piece, if needed, is cemented under lying the bone. So see, if it is required, then this is patella is also resurfaced. This is resurfaced from this side and a plastic component is attached with it, so that it will be more comfortable for the patient, and it will fix more accurately with the implant. Then final step is finalizing the procedure. So now your surgeon will bend and flex the knee to ensure that the implant is working correctly and that alignment, sizing and positioning is suitable. And to complete the procedure, the surgeon will close the incision with stitches or staples and then bandage it and prepares you for the recovery. So you may leave the operation room with your leg in a CPM machine that will gently bend and flex your new knee for you while you are lying down. So till this stage, physiotherapist was nowhere. Prior to surgeries, definitely physiotherapist is working, but during surgery, whole work, this until now, all steps were taken by a surgeon. Now, what are the risks of a total knee replacement? So it may include a blood clot in the legs that can travel to the lungs, which is pulmonary embolism, and it can cause shortness of breath, chest pain, and in some severe cases, it can even cause shock to the patient. Other risks include urinary tract infection, which is very common after any kind of surgery and after hospital stay, nausea, vomiting, and chronic knee pain and stiffness, bleeding into the knee joint, nerve damage, blood vessel injury, and infection of the knee, which can require reoperation because it is a complicated surgery, and definitely it needs long time to recover, and so it is associated with lots of complications. Furthermore, the risk of anesthesia include potential heart, lung, kidney, and liver damage. So this is all about the surgical steps. We haven't discussed the physiotherapy part till now. This was all the surgical procedures, that how we are preparing our femoral component, then our tibial component, then patella, and how we are fixing it, along with the various complications of the total knee replacement. So in the next some videos we will be discussing the physiotherapy part or the physiotherapy rehabilitation after total knee replacement. Total knee replacement is becoming very popular, but the success rate definitely depends a lot on the physiotherapy, pre-operative physiotherapy and post-operative physiotherapy. So before going for a TKI, you must consult a good physiotherapist so that he or she can make you more capable of experiencing or tolerating all these surgical stress, and recovery is much better if patient has already learned lots of exercises, muscle strengthening exercises, because once an artificial implant is put, patient is in much pain and distress, so learning something new at that time will be tougher. So it's better that if we opt for pre-operative physiotherapy, it will enhance the recovery rate. Thank you so much.